Genelec started in 1978 by Ilpo Martikainen in Finland. He was then a student, and then, you know, it's been a studio company, broadcast and pro audio. So for AV, we started with 4000 series, and then IP happened in when?
2019, we officially launched the first 4430.
So it's always been a family company, and R&D and I would say curiosity is the main focus. It's always been about how can we serve and how can we create a better product. That's always been the main focus and always will be, which is the beautiful thing about Genelec, I think.
And I think also sustainability focus there. That's been a core of the business from the first day. So our CEO has famously said that sustainability is as important as profitability to Genelec. The first speaker was designed in 2017, where one of our R&D guys was looking at a network and thinking, why don't we put our speakers onto the network? That must be infinitely easier. So he made the design, took it to ISE. No one really kind of understood what he'd done, so we kind of put it in the shelf again. And then come 2019, Dante had started exploding through the AV industry with microphones and other products. So we started looking at that, and we kind of had a nearly ready product that we could go out and release to the market. I was working on a large project for an office hotel in Stockholm, and hadn't been involved in system design of it. I was doing commissioning and came out to site and had over 150 smart IP speakers. And my initial thought was like, okay, what is this? But quickly realized, as we'd already organized the network, we'd already had cabling there, it was easy. The installers just had to put the speaker in position and plug it in, and I saw them populate onto the network and could configure them straight away, and they sounded great out of the box. So I was very impressed. Straight out of the box, PoE Plus, that you can, from a relatively low power source, we can get a high SPL at the same time as holding true to that Genelec heritage sound quality. So incredibly flat frequency response and really neutral off axis. So yeah, that's very special for us. Also that we have onboard DSP, so we can configure and manage the speakers directly. We don't need third party all the time. And additionally, once we get into larger systems, that we have an open API, so we can control the speakers or remotely manage them from a number of other platforms. It is a premium product, but given that you have an incredibly long life, you can often save on DSPs, as they've got the onboard DSP. Integration is really quick. If you've got existing infrastructure, you can use the existing switches and network as well. And also because it has the Genelec qualities with the neutral off axis, you often get away with using a lot less speakers in an install. If you look at the way the AV market's been going, everyone is releasing Dante products. So we play well into that, where you have your video, your audio, your control, everything is networked. The Dante is easily reconfigurable. We can rezone, we can reposition, we can reutilize the same speaker for a number of different applications. So you're not having to get in there and reinstall or put in new products all the time.
So my first visit to Melbourne Museum, I was really impressed with the Triceratops exhibit, and that was their first experience with Genelec speakers as well. So they were the classic, I think it's 8250s, and then they had some subwoofers in the bench. so people would sit on the bench and feel the subwoofer roaring. And then we came out with the IP speakers, and they started using our speakers in other exhibits and so on. But they realized quite quickly that using the IP range was quite easy for them, because they might have an exhibition only for a certain amount of time, and they need to be quick, set it up quickly, and not only the actual mounting and so on, but it's the infrastructure of the whole thing. So right now, the Melbourne Museum has well over 100 IP speakers. So it's beautiful to see they have this new exhibition that's just amazing. It just blew me away yesterday when I was there. So nice. So well worth a visit. The Lego one, for sure, the Star Wars Lego, we didn't actually see that one, but Our Wondrous Planet, I think it was called, the new one also.
We use our own software called Smart IP Manager to be able to configure and control our speakers. From the manager, we're able to automatically discover all the speakers on the network. We can then assign them into zones. We have 20 bands of parametric EQ, which is pretty wild. So if you need all 20, call an acoustic consultant. But we can also then do all the network management, set IP addresses, we can update firmware. It just lets us configure and control the network, or the speakers, should I say. With the API, it allows us to build out that. So the Smart IP Manager is more a configuration platform, and then in a larger system, you're going to want to have a control system that integrates with all the audio, all the video. So that allows you to control everything from volume, from power on, power off. Even the LEDs can be controlled to be on or off in a certain state. So it just allows you to use the speakers in whatever way you want. And the final thing is, a lot of people are starting to use it for management. So doing an international rollout, you get to know if the speakers are online and can support your customers quicker. So you know there's a problem before they do.
Yes, we're doing the first one here in Melbourne at Studio Connections, and then we will be in Sydney at JMC Academy, where they also have the Smart IP in their lounge area. And then we're going to Brisbane for a smaller one. So looking forward to that.
So we're looking to meet everyone in the AV industry that's looking for premium quality audio, and to expand their awareness of what we can provide for them and how we can work together, because it's relationships that are really important for us.
Studio Connections is wonderful, and we've had a long history, well over 30 years. So, I mean, they are our first connection with Australia, really. So, yeah, super happy to be working with Jason and Deb. Wonderful people.